folks, in this film I'm going to be making a sweet and sour chicken. So this is from scratch, so let's have a look at those key ingredients. Okay, starting from the left, I've got a white onion, a red onion and a carrot, a nice big carrot. I've got 2 packs of free-range British chicken breast mini fillets, which notably I got with a yellow sticker on, bargain. I've got half a yellow pepper, capsicum pepper or bell pepper to you Americans, a pineapple, 4 mushrooms, and then let's move into the spices and sauces, etc. So I've got Italian mixed herbs and garlic salt, malt vinegar, balsamic vinegar, which is raspberry flavoured. I've got golden syrup, pepper, salt, and one final ingredient at the back, a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to show you how to make a sweet and sour sauce, which is absolutely delicious and far superior to anything you'll buy in a jar. So watch this film and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to begin by chopping my onions up into small pieces. And repeat. Et voila! And then I'm going to do exactly the same with my carrot. So that's all nicely chopped and that's going into my frying pan. So I'm just going to move that around. I'm now going to drizzle it with olive oil. Then it's gas on and heat on. Woof. So I don't want to incinerate this, so I'm going to turn the gas down low. I'd rather it cook slowly. And then I'll just periodically keep moving it around with this wooden spoon. Anyway, this will look after itself for the next 5 or 10 minutes, so let's crack on with the pineapple. So here's my pineapple. It is a bit past its best, but it'll be fine for this recipe. So I'm just going to cut the top off, and I'm going to cut the bottom off. Now, using a serrated knife, because it works better on a pineapple, I'm simply going to saw down the edge and cut the edge bits off like that, and keep going around and keep doing that until all the edge bits are off it. So it's got to look a bit like this, but I will get rid of some of these brown pieces. I'll come back to you when it's done. Okay, so there's my pineapple. This is a corer, and I've simply got to push that down into the pineapple. Slightly easier said than done. There we go. And then I twist the corer and remove it with the pineapple coring, and you can see straight through the pineapple now. I'm now going to cut this pineapple up into small pieces and put them in this jug. So that's done for now. Let's get back to the frying pan. I'm just going to give that a stir around. And those onions are beginning to start to brown just nicely. The carrot takes a lot longer to cook, but it's fine. It's a long and slow recipe. So I'm going to add some dry ingredients into here, beginning with some mixed herbs, then some garlic salt, a little bit of pink rock salt, and some black pepper. And then I'm going to give all that a mix together and leave it to cook. Right, let's have a look at that chicken. So, as it usually is when you buy it in these packets, yeah, it's all a bit slimy. They're nice pieces, but I want to rinse it first. Okay, so now I'm just going to rinse my chicken with some warm water, just to wash that stickiness off it. And now I'm going to take each individual chicken piece and cut it into 3 pieces, round about those sizes like that. And now my chicken pieces are going into the pan also. And I'm just going to mix those around so they're evenly spread out amongst the onions and carrot. Now, this time, I'm going to put the lid on the pan to retain the heat and the moisture in there. Now I'm simply going to chop up my mushrooms and my capsicum pepper. And you can see the steam build up. And I'm just going to pop these in much the same way as the others. Right, lid back on and just leave that to simmer. Okay, so now I'm going to start to take my pineapple pieces and put them in here. So that's pretty much full. I'm going to put some water in it as well now. And you can see that now with the water in. And then add the lid to it and screw it on. And now the noisy bit. And that is one pineapple smoothie. So get the lid off again. Okay, and in goes the pineapple into the mix. So this is the beginning of the sweet and sour sauce. I've got to repeat that with the rest of the pineapple. I'll be back to you shortly. Okay, let's have a look with all the pineapple in there. So that's looking quite nice and saucy. I'm going to give it a little stir around. And the flavour in this is absolutely intense. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more sweetness via this golden syrup, and I'm just going to put a generous amount in and do swirls. You can use honey. Yeah, sometimes I put honey in and sometimes I put golden syrup in. I didn't have any honey in the house, so I'm on golden syrup today. So that is all the sweetness. So now it's time to get the sour in there, and I've already mentioned my 2 different vinegars that I'm going to use. There is one more ingredient which I neglected to mention, and that is I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in too. So I'll begin with a few generous squirts of malt vinegar. Get the lemon juice and do pretty much the same. Dot it around. The balsamic vinegar, the raspberry flavoured balsamic vinegar. Give that a few nice squirts too. And this is simply something that you do to taste. I've done this a lot of times, so I know pretty much how much to put in, but you might want to keep sampling it along the way. That said, if you do sample the sauce, don't do it before the chicken is properly cooked. So I'm going to give this a stir now, and it immediately smells now like a sweet and sour. I've got the sweetness of the pineapple and the sourness of the vinegar and the lemon coming straight at me. It's quite potent. It's a really good smell. Okay, so this is now a case of playing the waiting game. So lid goes on top, and I'm going to leave this to simmer away for half an hour before switching it off. Catch you in a bit. Okay, 30 minutes later. Oh yes, that's definitely done for tonight. I've turned the heat off. I'm just going to give it a stir round, and I'm going to leave it overnight with that grill on so some of the excess liquid can evaporate. So I'm not actually going to eat this until tomorrow. I want it to stand for 24 hours. I want all those flavours to be absorbed into the chicken and for it to be a really, really tasty dish. I'll catch up with you tomorrow for the conclusion and tasting. See you then. Okay folks, it's the next day, and I've got to say, flavour-wise, this is spot on, but I'm not massively happy with the appearance of it. I don't like the fact that the colour just seems to be a bit samey, so I'm going to just jazz that up a little bit. So I'm going to add a couple of different ingredients now. I'm going to add some sultanas. So these are extras, and I'm doing this for aesthetics as much as anything, but they will add a nice flavour to it. I'm then going to add a little bit of sun-dried tomato, and these are, when I say sun-dried, the dehydrated tomato slices that I've done myself in my food dehydrator. And I want to put some of these in a nice pattern around the edge. So there we go, a little bit more colour around the edges, and then a nice slice of dehydrated lemon in the middle. What I'm going to do now is simmer this very gently, because I want some of the excess liquid to evaporate off. Okay, this is looking done to me. Let's have a look. I think that looks like a decent sweet and sour. So first of all, I've made some rice to go with this, because you don't want sweet and sour on its own. And now it's time for some sweet and sour to accompany that rice. And this is looking good. Oh yes, I'm quite excited about this. Steaminess. But as ever, the proof is in the eating. And because I'm a Philistine, I'm using a spoon rather than a fork. But I'm going to get straight in with a piece of chicken and some onion and a sultana. Oh my God. Sorry for taking the Lord's name in vain, but I feel the need to talk with my mouth full because this is so good. That is amazing. fresh pineapple, citrusiness from the lemon, the vinegar, the sweet and sourness is there, and the chicken, oh, it just absorbs it. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is stunning. Honestly, sweet and sour is so simple to make. You need to put sweet things in and sour things in. It's that easy. Just have a go for yourself. And stop buying jars of sweet and sour sauce. You don't need to. Anyway, folks, I need to enjoy this. Hope you've enjoyed the film, and I'll catch you on the next one, whatever that may be. Catch you next time. The film that you've just watched is a Moss Home and Garden production. You can find more by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. I'd just like to say thank you very much for supporting my YouTube channel and for watching my films. It really is very much appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to receive future updates about the home and garden films which I upload. You can find my YouTube channel by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. Please click on the red subscribe button. When you've done that, a little bell will appear. If you press that also, then you'll get future updates about the films which I upload. If you like my films, if you like my style of filming, then you might also like my travel channel, which you will find by going to youtube.com/Stuart Moss or type in www.mosstravel.tv. Again, if you could subscribe to that channel, it would be hugely appreciated. If you'd like to get Moss Home and Garden updates on Facebook, then please open Facebook and do a search for Moss Home and Garden, and you will find the page. If you like the page, then you will get future updates on there. And if you'd like to connect on Instagram for home, garden and travel photography, as well as some stories, then my username is StuMoss, STUMOSS. If you'd like to connect on Twitter, then my username is @StuartMoss. And if you'd like to contact me about film usage or any other issue, please just email me on stewmosshomegarden@gmail.com. Once again, thank you very much for supporting my channel, for watching my films. I do appreciate it. I'd just like you all to have a great day.